Hey there, YouTube, it's Jeff Perry with Must Be Nice Investments. Today I want to go over the rules for cashing out on a refinance with an investment property. So stay tuned, we're going to jump right into it. Okay, so the rules right now for doing a cash out on a refi is 75% maximum is what they're going to allow you to do on the appraised property value. So, let's just jump right into an example real quick. Here's one right here. So let's say we have a house that's worth $150,000 that we own. We owe $100 grand on that. How much money am I going to be able to cash out when I go to a lender and say, hey, I want to do a cash out refi? So 75% of $150,000 is $112. I owe $100. So the max I'm going to be able to take out on that loan or to be able to cash out during a refinance event is $12,500. Not a lot of money, so probably not the kind of deal you want to do typically by the time you pay closing costs, etc., unless you're just getting a much lower interest rate or something like that. Now, if you own a property outright, this may be a really good strategy you use to do a cash out. There are a few more rules that we need to consider. One of them is that you must have owned the property for 6 months. So you can't buy a property conventional and then, make it worth a lot more money because you upgraded certain things, etc. Say you bought a house from a wholesaler somehow using a conventional loan, or maybe not a wholesaler, but just a house that's needing substantial repairs that had a much higher ARV than what you paid for it. You bought a house for 100, you put 50 into it, now it's worth 250. You got to wait 6 months before you go do that cash out refinance. All right, so another option you could consider is delayed financing. And the way delayed financing works is basically you go and pay cash for a property and then you're able to, within the 6 months, you don't have to wait for it to season 6 months. You can go ahead and do a cash out refi for up to 75% of the value of that home. So where you see people using this is, let's say they bought a property for $100,000 that had an ARV of 180 and it needed 20 grand to work. So they would come to the table, purchase that property either from a wholesaler or a real estate agent, whoever it may be, for 100 grand. They're going to put $20,000 of work into it. Now it's worth 180. They can go to the bank and say, all right, I want to do an 80-20 loan, and the bank will go back and give you a cash out of 75-25, and they're going to give you 75% of that 180, and you're going to get all your cash back, and you're going to be locked into your conventional at that point. There is no seasoning period on a delayed financing option. Just know it's a 75-25 instead of the typical 80-20 as far as what you're going to have in it. So this is a really good option, especially if you have cash to close a deal up front and cash to make the repairs, or you have a partner. A lot of times this is where you'll see partners come in, provide that other people's type money into a deal to where you can get into the deal. You don't have to pay absurd interest rates, etc. Not a lot of risk on hard money loans, etc. So this is a really good option if you have access to that kind of money to close a purchase on a house, do the repair, and then go to the conventional route to get your money back, give your partners their money back with a little bit of interest, whatever you might be. So thanks for joining us today. Quick video. Hope you liked it. If you did, please hit subscribe. Please hit the like button and hit me on the bottom there with any comments you have going forward.